Hey y'all. I can't believe I'm back recording another one of these videos. I told y'all that this was supposed to be a monthly series, and at this point it's been weekly. I know in the last video I also mentioned that I didn't really have nothing planned for July. Like, July was pretty much full of just me remaining consistent with content, sharing, not being afraid to share. And I also hopped on Threads. So if you're not following me on Threads, make sure you follow me on Threads. But initially, I was a little hesitant about it, but I'm on it now and I really like it. I actually really like it. But anyway, to the topic at hand. So July has, it's only, I won't even say it's only because we're basically halfway through the month, a little more than halfway through the month. It's July 17th, but it's been a lot going on. So Monday, I actually, which was, let me make sure I have the dates intact because I really want to make sure that we're on the same page. So y'all know where I'm coming from. Monday was July 14th. And I was on the schedule to travel to DC and go to one of my job's showrooms where I go every month to do a virtual try on. Usually when I'm there, I'm able to try on the latest collection and I'm sharing the fit and the fabrication and the feeling of everything with my coworkers through a Zoom meeting. I also get an opportunity to get some content in the clothes for the brand that I worked for. And I also was able to get a content for the Ally shoes that were sent to me. A brand sent me some shoes and I wanted to get some more content in the shoes. So here's the reel that I created. But this time they didn't really need me to get any content. So I was able to thankfully use my time to spend creating this reel that I created for the brand, the Ally Shoes brand. So I did what I needed to do. They had also asked me to take pictures in the clothes. So I took pictures in the clothes, sent them to my team, and I went on about my business. I actually finished up my day pretty early and was able to get home, around back home by like 3:30ish, close to 4 o'clock. And I styled some clients. I did some administrative stuff. And then I closed out my day and went to the gym. That was Monday. Tuesday, I was off. Tuesday the 15th. I was off, but I still had a really busy day. I go live weekly on LinkedIn on Tuesdays. So I actually didn't get a chance to go live because I was so busy. I had a style assessment with a potential client. I had to eat lunch. I had to do my makeup because I was preparing for a photo shoot / interview with Butterfly Magazine. Shout out to Shannon. She also gave us these earrings. Well, I chose these earrings, but she gifted us these earrings and then I got another pair of earrings. Hopefully y'all could see them. I wasn't that close. So she gifted us these earrings, super cute. And I got another pair of earrings that she gifted us as well. But we are going to be featured. We, as in me and Tone of the Stylist Rant podcast, are going to be featured in her magazine. And all that took place on Tuesday. So I was off work. I did all of that. Tuesday night, which was, like I said, July 15th. I don't remember the exact time, but it was late. It had to have been like close to 10 o'clock, if not a little after 10 o'clock. I get a calendar invite for a touch base with my manager. 15 minutes. I'm like, okay, that's not normal. Like, she usually sends calendar invites kind of late, never that late, but she does send them in the evening for the next day or for the week. So not unusual, but it was unusual that it was for 15 minutes. So I'm like, okay, did I do something wrong or like what? So the next day I was on the schedule to work. So clocked into work, claimed some of my styling clients and hopped on the meeting. Mind you, we start work at 10. So I usually am doing my journaling, doing my morning routine. I went to the gym that morning. So I try to get all of my like personal morning routine stuff out the way before 10 o'clock. So did all of that, clocked in at 10, and the meeting was at 10:30. So I'm like, all right, cool. Was finishing up a client. I logged into the meeting maybe at like 10:32. When I hopped on the meeting, it wasn't just me. It was also my HR manager. So initially, when I got the calendar invite the night before, I'm like, what is this? But whatever. But when I saw the HR manager on the Zoom call, I'm like, oh, this what y'all doing? Okay. I have been in this space before. I have been let go from a job twice, and I have left a job once. And I have been laid off from a job immediately, effective immediately, now twice. So hopped on the call, and they're talking to me all soft and like patient and like acting like they care, which I'm sure to a certain extent they did. I feel like me and my manager had a cool relationship. She really liked me. I was the first stylist ever on the team aside from her. And since I've been working there, they hired a bunch of other stylists to kind of like help to grow the virtual styling team for that company. So when they mentioned that they were letting me go, I'm like, well, what is the specific reason? Because I've been here the longest and I basically started this whole thing off. They're like, oh, it, just boils down to numbers and sales, as always. I wasn't like surprised. It was a little left field, like I said, because I told y'all on Monday, I was literally in the showroom doing a virtual try on for my coworkers. Didn't work Tuesday. Now Wednesday, all of a sudden I'm being laid off. Whatever. So literally said, yep, today's your last day. You can go ahead and clock out. And I'm just looking like, y'all got to be kidding me. Now, again, I'm not really worried. Like I said, I've been in this space before, so I'm not like sad about it. But it did kind of catch me off guard, which, I mean, when you get laid off effective immediately, what else is it supposed to do? So it is what it is. Now, as far as like my next steps, or before I get into that, how do I feel? Like I said I'm not really too worried about anything. I do get a severance. They're supposed to be sending over the details for that, hopefully by tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. I have been like thinking to myself, like, okay, well, what am I going to do about my benefits? Like I said, I've been out of work before, so I've had benefits with the state. They weren't the best, so that's really like one thing that I am a little concerned about, because I was just at the dentist. I have an appointment with my chiropractor at the end of the month, my first appointment, which I was excited about. I'm still having the appointment. But moving forward, like I needs the benefits. I need some type of, obviously some type of insurance, and it's the middle of the summer. Like I don't think I can just hop on the state insurance like that. I have to wait. Until open season. I think that's what it's called. And that's usually not until November. So what the hell? But it is what it is. It'll figure itself out. Am I going to apply for another job? Possibly. I may look at some other opportunities and apply and see what else is out there. It's so funny because I was actually considering picking up a second job to help to pay off my debt and to help with like this move. Because I told y'all in the last video, I am planning on and had been planning on moving out this year. So that's another thought. Like, how is that going to work? I do have an apartment tour tomorrow. So I'm trying to I'm still having the tour. I still want to see the apartment. I still want to see the space, but like, what is that going to look like? So the only reason why I would apply for jobs is so that I can potentially get benefits and potentially have some form of consistent income to show for the apartments that I'm applying for. But outside of that, I am halfway at peace with it. Obviously, the other half, I'm not concerned, but like just thinking about all the things I just mentioned. But the other half, is at peace with it because I have so much other things I can be doing. So many other things I can be doing. Recording content for y'all, editing the content, creating content, sending out my emails, reaching out to potential clients, reaching out to potential events or conferences that are looking for speakers, pitching myself, just continuing to do all the things that I've already been doing, but just having more time to do it. Now that I'm on Threads, just posting there more, posting consistently on social media, on TikTok, all the things. My YouTube is growing, y'all. I'm at almost 860 subscribers. So very close to reaching that 1K. And looking forward to monetizing my YouTube channel by the end of this year, so that I can have another stream of income to add to what I'm already doing. But just really finding the flow of this content creation thing, and not being afraid to really go all in with it. So that's where I'm at right now. As far as next steps, like I said, all of that I will continue to do. Continue to pray, fast, and just, really seek clarity and wisdom in this situation. Putting myself out there more and just seeing where, this journey is going to take me this time around, and being open to what God is doing. And one thing that I am reminding myself, or trying to remind myself, is that He already knew that this was going to happen. I had no idea, but He knew. So obviously, if He knew that this was going to happen and that it was a part of His plan, then He must have something, planned for me. I just don't know what that is. It just, from the outside looking in, it's just a little annoying. I'm not gonna lie, because I feel like every time I try to take steps towards moving out or doing something where I know I'll need consistent income, I just feel like something just gets in the way with it, and it's a little frustrating, but it'll work itself out. But like I said, I'm excited, still a little nervous to just see where this goes. And yeah, so that's it for this week, y'all. I may or may not tap in with y'all next week, but y'all will definitely be getting another update when something happens. So stay tuned.